Welcome back to another This Week in Warframe. This is going to be for the week of March 29th through April 5th. And this week, we've got more 13-year anniversary rewards. We have updates on the new Nightwave and when that's happening. We also have the new Prime Warframe that's going to be coming out and the release date for that. And also, if you guys are interested in Twitch drops, every single week I will pin those to the top of my Twitch chat as soon as DE releases where they're going to be for the week. So you can find those there at the top of my Twitch chat. But let's get started. This week in Warframe, we've got Bird 3 over here with his shiny treasures. He has a Crimson Archon Shard. Deep Archimedia is an Exterminate, Mirror Defense, and Disruption. Temporal Archimedia is a Legicide Harvest, Defense, and Assassination. The current Coda weapons for the next 2 days and 23 hours are the Catabalist with Impact 31.8%, the Hema 34.3% Electricity, the Mire 31.9% Impact, the Motivore 27% Impact, the Pox 53.2% Radiation, Sporothrix 30.1% Electricity, and the Coda Torxica 25% Electricity. The 1999 calendar rewards, we are looking at an Aroken Catalyst Blueprint versus Double Arcanes. Then we will have a Secondary Arcane Adapter versus an Exilus Weapon Adapter Blueprint. Then we are looking at an Exilus Weapon Adapter versus 6000 Kuva. Then an Arcane versus a Melee Arcane Adapter. And finally, we are looking at Double Arcanes versus an Exilus Weapon Adapter, and then a Riven versus a Forma Blueprint. The Steel Path Descendia this week, we are looking at a Primary Arcane Adapter. Then we have this Arcane, which is always getting cut off, and I never know what this is. And then we have a Melee Arcane Adapter. Then we have Primary Bulwark. Then we'll have 25 Steel Essence, and then again with this Arcane here that's always getting cut off, and there'll be 3 times of these, it's usually what's there. And then we have an Aroken Reactor Blueprint. If we check out what's happening for the normal Descendia this week, our final reward is going to be a Primary Arcane Adapter. The current Prime Resurgence is Nova and Trinity and the weapons that they came with, so you will have 17 days and 17 hours left to go and get those. If we check out the current events, we have Gifts of the Lotus right here with, this is for the 13-year anniversary. So this is this week. This is going to be ending Friday for these rewards, and then they will be replaced. So currently you have until Friday to get a Rhino Deck skin, a Noggle statue for Rhino Decks, and then an Aroken Catalyst. And when this resets on Friday, it'll be replaced with a Lisette Deck skin and a Dex Dacra plus weapon slot. So that's going to be this Friday. Also this Friday, there is going to be a double credits weekend. So for that week, starting Friday, I believe until Monday, until April 6th, you're going to be able to get double credits. For the current alerts right now, there is Gift of the Lotus from the last dev stream that just happened. And we have really easy missions, level 10 to 15. You're going to be able to get yourself an Aroken Reactor Blueprint and an Aroken Catalyst Blueprint. Also a reminder to do the weekly Ayatan treasure hunt with Maru. For invasions, we currently have one. This looks like you got not a lot of time left, but an Aroken Catalyst Blueprint versus an Aroken Catalyst Blueprint. And then, if we check out the sortie for 1 second, the Steel Path Incursions right now are Excavation, Mirror Defense, Defection, Survival, Spy, and Disruption. The sortie at the moment is an Exterminate, Mobile Defense, and Interception. And this week's Archon Hunt is against Naira for a Yellow Archon Shard, and we're looking at doing an Exterminate, Disruption, and a Showdown. Now, Nora, we are running out of time for Nora right here. This week, her current, she got unusual permanent weeklies. She also has complete a survival mission reaching at least 20 minutes. Eliminate 100 Eximuses. Eliminate 100 enemies with a Necromech. Pack 10 consoles, and today's daily is eliminate 150 enemies with toxin damage. Now, we're running out of time with Nora because on April 8th, that is 2 Wednesdays from now, this Nightwave is going to be gone, and the brand new Nightwave is going to come in. Now, that is important for you to know because if you have extra credits up here for Nightwave, they do not carry over, so make sure you spend these before April 8th. And that's going to be probably earlier on in the day, Eastern Standard Time. That's going to like switch over. So currently we have Infested Impotence, Dizzying Rounds, Napalm Grenades, Combat Reload, Clip Delegation, Range Advantage, and Rifle Scavenger. And Power of 3, Singularity, Purifying Flames, and Focused Acceleration. This week is kinda meh, so next Sunday there'll probably be better options for you to bust your credits on. We check out the Steel Path circuit this week. We have Incarnon adapters for the Torrid, Dual Toxicist, Dual Ichor, Miter, and the Atmos, and if you have those already, you can instead get a Riven Pistol Melee Riven mod or 20,000 Kuva. And if we check out what's happening on the normal circuit this week, we have options between Gara, Korra, and Revenant. So Varuna Prime is going to be coming into the game on April 8th. That is the same day that the new chapter of Nora's Nightwave is going to be happening. That's going to be April 8th, which is 2 Wednesdays from now. Checking out what Acrithis has, we are looking at options between Magus Agress for 10 Pathos Clamps, a Forma Blueprint for 10 Pathos Clamps, a Melee Riven mod for 15 Pathos Clamps, 5,000 Kuva for 10 Pathos Clamps, a Primary Arcane Adapter for 25 Pathos Clamps, and an Orokin Reactor Blueprint for 20 Pathos Clamps. Checking out Teshin and Steel Path Honors this week, we have a Veiled Riven Cipher for 20 Steel Essence, and the best thing ever, an Umbra Forma Blueprint for 150 Steel Essence. And if we check out what this knucklehead has this week, we are looking at a Tenet Ferox, Impact 25%, Tenet Grigori, 52.1% Electricity, a Tenet Livia, 39.1% Toxin, a Tenet Exec, 37.2% Heat, and a Tenet Agendus, 39.4% Magnetic. How much Platinum have you made since you've become a Patreon?
Over 100K.
45K.
60, 70,000.
20,000.
What's the most amount of Platinum you've made in a week?
12K.
Probably about 5,000.
5,400.
Probably 8K.
What's the most amount of Platinum you've made in a day?
5,400.
Day was probably 4K.
Probably about 3,000.
2K.
What's your favorite method of making Platinum that you've learned from me?
Mostly just flipping ribbons and selling warframes.
Probably arbitrations.
Selling sets of Warframes.
I enjoy Zeramon the most.
Imagine how much time and money they've saved. You know where the links are. Reminder to stop by the Chrysalith on the Zeramon and visit Archimedes and Yanta for your 35,000 Kuva. Then you could travel to Iron Wake on Earth and visit Palladino for your 2 Rivens, your 35,000 Kuva, and your 150,000 credits. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and stop by my Twitch channel where you can get free drops when they are community-wide, also free rewards I do all the time anyway. And make sure you check out your Invigorations this week and see what you got. Thank you so much for hanging out. I will see you in the next one.